Hello everyone, and it's time for another Summer of Pokemon video. This time we'll be looking at the top 10 gym leaders. Now before I get started with this list, I just want to go over one ground rule. It's video game canon only. And because of this, I'll be doing maybe an anime one later, I don't know. Depends on how this summer plays out. But in any case, there were three that almost made the cut, but then I thought better of it. First one is Sabrina. And these are not the honorable mentions. I'll get to them in a minute. These three that almost made the cut, even barely escaped, but escaped honorable mentions, are Sabrina. The anime version was awesome because she was so intimidating, and I think a lot of that goes to the voice actor, Lisa Ortiz. But I don't know. But the war panel puzzle it makes me dizzy. Not gonna lie. Granted, Flannery has the same puzzle, but it's not as headache-inducing. Watson is a pretty happy-go-lucky guy in the anime, but in the Pokemon video game puzzles, he just sort of, I don't know. He's kind of has a wannabe Koga feel to it. Whitney is very independent in the anime, from what I remember. But in the video games, I'll be honest with you guys, she's a bit of a crybaby. Now with those out of the way, let's get to what you want. The top 10 gym leaders. First off, the honorable mentions, as I said. Giovanni. This guy plays into the "I you least suspect" cliche, which I think is kind of cool. It's one of my favorite movie cliches, and the fact that he's the last gym leader in the video games just adds to his coolness factor. Tate and Lisa. This is the only double battle you can play in Ruby and Sapphire and they're a lot more fun to play in Emerald because they're tough as hell. Granted, they come across, their dialogue written in the game script comes across as Gem and Gemma from Power Rangers RPM, but I digress. What I think makes Tate and Lisa so much fun and so hard is the fact that it's a double battle. And you have to really think about your strategy. But let's get to the list itself. Number 10, Winona. What makes a lot of these on the list is the puzzle to get to the gym leader. What makes Winona better than, say, Watson is the gym is larger. And you have to go in the right direction in order to get where you're going. And her team isn't bad either. Plus, it's kind of cool that... Plus, I think it's kind of great that they saved flying for one of the later gyms. At number 9, we have Morty. Morty has a great puzzle. A lot of these have great puzzles. And with Morty, one false step and it's bam, back to start. It's kind of like playing one of those games where you specifically have to land the correct number in order to win. But, I don't know, that's just speculating. Number 8, we have Wallace and Juan. Now, Wallace and Juan, granted, both of them have the same style of puzzle as Morty, but what makes them higher on the list is the fact that their trainers are skippable. Morty's are not. But why would you want to skip gym trainers? Unless you're overconfident and can take the gym leader down like that. But, again, that's just me speculating. I don't know all the Pokemon trainers out there. And I can't venture a guess. But, plus, it is a cool puzzle. At number 7, we have Norman. In most gyms, your father is MIA. I mean, not most gyms. In most games, your dad is MIA. You don't know where he is. This is part of the reason I like Generation 3 so much. Both your parents are around. And you know what your dad is up to. Because, well, you fight him. And I think that's part of the fun of the game. At number 6, we have Blue, or Green, depending on whether you go by the English version or the Japanese version. Blue has no underlings, or no puzzle. It's just straightforward. You beat him, you get the badge. But I'll be honest with you. Whether you play Heart Gold and Soul Silver or regular Gold and Silver, Blue is definitely not easy to beat. The fact that he uses Very types made me think about my own gym that I would have if I was a Pokemon gym leader. If I was a gym leader, I would have dual types. I would focus on dual types, and it would be like Tate and Lisa would be a double battle, and I would have 6 Pokemon, each with different types that the other one is strong or weak to. Like I would send out a Houndoom and a Poliwrath simultaneously, so they can help each other out. And one other honorable mention I forgot to mention, Chuck. Chuck is a lot of fun, especially because he's like, oh, watch me move this rock. Ugh. What? That has nothing to do with Pokemon? Okay, I'll take you on. But that's part 1, guys, and I will see you with part 2 of my Summer of Pokemon, and I'll catch you guys in part 2. Bye.